Every time you speak a word, a part of you disappears. You show the world how to explain yourself. You think you are communicating. You believe you are building relationships. But in reality, you are doing something far more dangerous. You are opening the contents of your mind to your enemy. The modern world lied to you. They said, communication is your power. They said, express yourself. They said, be open, be vulnerable, share. And you believed them. Now you wonder why people use your words as a weapon against you. You don't understand why the more you talk, the less respect you receive. The answer is very simple. Power belongs not to the one who speaks, but to the one who listens and remains silent. Look around. People are terrified of silence. Podcasts, music, pointless conversations, notifications, a constant environment of noise. Why do you think that is? Because silence is like looking at yourself. When the noise stops, you are forced to face that inner voice you fear. And for many people, that voice is deeply painful. That's why people talk. They talk about the weather, politics, their problems. They try to get approval. They beg to be seen. But here is the truth. The more you talk, the less you are heard. A basic principle of economics. When supply is high, value drops. If your words are everywhere, they lose their meaning. But the person who speaks rarely, who chooses words carefully, when they speak, the room goes quiet. People pay attention. They listen. The rarity of their voice increases its value. Think about the last argument you had. You probably felt the urge to explain yourself, to fix the situation, to clarify. I didn't mean it like that. I was just... You spent all your energy. Logic, feelings, facts. And what happened? Did the other person say, "You're right, I'm sorry"? Number. Your words became ammunition for their aggression. They used your openness as a weapon. Hide your intentions, because if your opponent knows what you want, they know how to control you. If you admit you want approval, they will use it to withhold it from you. If you reveal your fear of abandonment, they will threaten to leave in order to control you. The mouth is the weakest point of the shield. Until you close it, you remain exposed. When you stay silent, something changes. You create a vacuum. People are addicted to feedback. If I smile, you smile. If I speak, you nod. It's like a dance, but when you break that dance, a gap forms. Nature hates a vacuum. When you look at someone with a neutral expression and say nothing, their mind panics. Did I do something wrong? Do they dislike me? Are they judging me? Do they know something I don't? At that point, it becomes an event. To relieve this anxiety, they start talking. Under tension, they reveal the truth. They say things they didn't plan to say. They negotiate with themselves out loud, all because they cannot bear the weight of your silence. You ask your boss for a raise. This isn't possible right now. They reply. Most people immediately say, I understand, but I've worked very hard and... You don't. You stop. You say nothing. You look them in the eyes. You count to 5 in your head. In those 5 seconds, your boss feels the pressure. They won't accept this answer. They might resign. I need to fix this. Most of the time, they break the silence. But maybe we can review it in 3 months, or we could offer a bonus. You just earned money without doing anything. This kind of silence is a powerful weapon. It isn't passive. It's aggressive. It flips the dynamic from them seeking your approval to you being the one whose approval is sought. But to do this, you must be able to endure tension. You must resist discomfort. Most people can't. They are so afraid of looking awkward that they sacrifice their own interests. You must kill the desire to be liked. When someone criticizes you, what does your instinct do? You explain. I didn't mean that. I was just trying to help. I was late because of traffic. Listen to that tone. It's the voice of a child in the boss's office, the voice of the subordinate. When you explain yourself, you hand the other person the authority to judge you. A king explains his decisions. A general does not justify orders. He states what will be done and moves on. Power. I made a mistake. It won't happen again. Weakness. I made a mistake because I was tired. I missed my alarm. My cat was sick. The more you say, the weaker you appear. A collapsing building needs support. Your explanations provide that support. They scream, I can't stand on my own. Try this for 1 week. When someone asks why you did something, answer with one short sentence. Or say, that's the decision I made. Then stay silent. Observe their reactions. They expect apologies, excuses, hesitation. When those don't come, they begin to respect you, because you've shown that you are not seeking their approval. Life is a conflict, a struggle for resources, reputation, and peace. In war, the most important thing is information. If others know more about you than you know about them, you've already lost. You tell co-workers you don't like your boss. Now they have leverage. You tell a friend about problems in your marriage. Now gossip can spread. You write online about your next career move. Your competitors learn your plans. You call this venting. Strategically, it is a terrible move. You must preserve information asymmetry. You should know a lot about them. They should know nothing about you. How? Ask questions. Don't answer them. Let information be a dark space. You collect everything and leave behind vague impressions. When they ask, what have you been up to lately? Amateur. I'm working on a new project. It's really challenging. I'm aiming for a promotion. Strategist. It's been a busy period. Things are going well. How are you handling that new account? Redirect the conversation. Focus it on them. People love talking about themselves. If you listen, they will leave the conversation finding you interesting, without having learned anything about you. Why do we fear the dark? Not because of what's there, but because of what might be. When you are silent, you become dark. People project their fears onto you. They think you're smarter. They believe you're more connected. They assume you have a plan, even if you're moving forward in complete uncertainty. Let them build a monument for you in their minds. Don't open your mouth and destroy it. This is not deception. It is protecting your privacy. Privacy is a source of power. Talking is exhausting. Explaining drains you. Putting on a personality to please others weighs heavily on the soul. After social events, you feel completely drained. You didn't run a marathon, but you played a role for 3 hours. You smiled when you didn't want to. You laughed at jokes that weren't funny. You filled silences for others' comfort. You lose energy. Then you wonder why you have no strength left for your dreams. Silence restores energy. When you stop talking, energy stops leaking. It stays within you. It goes to observation, planning, execution. The strongest individuals are usually the quietest. They are not shy. They move efficiently. They don't waste time on unnecessary words. Is it better to be loved or feared? Feared is safer. This doesn't mean shouting or threatening. Real fear comes from uncertainty. When someone insults you, they expect anger. You remain silent. Now they are confused. Did they hear me? Do they not care? Are they planning revenge? Predictability is a kind of ending. Silence preserves unpredictability. You create a gap between stimulus and response. In that gap, you choose. Does anger help? No. It's just emotional reaction. So you smile instead. This terrifies manipulative people. They rely on pushing buttons. If nothing happens when they push them, their game collapses. They can no longer control you. You become a ghost. Ghosts cannot be fought. Protocol 1, the 3-second rule. Before answering any question or accusation, count silently. 1, 2, 3, then respond. Protocol 2, soft gaze. When someone tries to intimidate you, don't look away, but don't stare aggressively. Just look. Soft eyes, relaxed face. Say nothing. Wait for them to break. They always will. Protocol 3. Information diet. Stop living as if you're reporting your life to others. Don't share every thought. Don't narrate every day to your friends. Go information dark for 1 month. You'll see what happens. You'll realize most of what you say is just noise meant to soothe your own anxiety. They say the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Maybe loud people get attention for a while. They create drama. They gain sympathy. But they never take leadership. Leadership belongs to those who guard their words, to those who can endure the deep silence others flee from. Silence is your strongest weapon because it cannot be taken from you. They can take your money. You can lose your status. They can smear your name. But unless you choose to give it up, no one can take your silence. Silence is a fortress. Inside it, you are safe. You protect your sanity. You make plans. Don't let the world wear you down with its noise. Noise exists to keep you weak, reactive, and distracted. Wake up, stay calm, and watch how the world steps back in front of you.